Hey first graders, it's Mrs. Daniel from Citizenship Academy, and today we're going to work on lesson 13 in module 3, and it's the last lesson in this module. How exciting! Let's look at our objective. Ask and answer varied, which just means different word problem types about a data set with 3 categories. Okay? So we made a graph, I made a graph. After talking to the children in my neighborhood, I asked them what they like to do in the snow. The graph shows how they answered my question. Let me show you the graph. Let's see. So this is how they answered. We have snow angels, snowman, building a snowman, and building snow forts. Each little square represents one person's vote. How does this chart graph look different than the other graphs that we looked at before? This graph goes up. These look like towers, which is different than before. They were going sideways. And before we also used tally marks. And these are not tally marks, but this is another way that we can show and organize data. So the starting point is at the bottom of the graph, and they're built like towers, but they're still following the rules. There's no overlaps, there's no gaps, and they have the same endpoints. Go back and show you. They all start from the bottom. There's no gaps in between the boxes. They just go straight up. All right, so we're going to answer some questions, and I'm going to show you, I made the chart here. See if you can see it. So that we can ask questions and still look at the chart. Let's see. So here's my charts. I made some little pictures for you guys. So we have snow angels over here with 3. We have the snowman, people who preferred to build a snowman. We had 12 people say that. My little snowman down here. And then we had 2 people say they preferred to build a snow fort. Okay? So now we're going to answer some questions based on this data. Let's look at the first question. Keep that up so you guys can see it while we ask questions. How many people prefer building a snowman over making snow angels? So what we want to do is we want to look at the snowman, how many people chose snowman and how many people chose snow angels. So let's see. We have 12 who chose snowman, and we have 3 who chose snow angels. So what should we do to figure that out? We want to know how many more people chose snowman than snow angels. How many more people? What could we do? We could subtract. 12 is how many people chose snowmen. 3 is how many people chose snow angels. If you take that away, that means there were 9 more people who chose building a snowman. They prefer to build a snowman than make snow angels. So we could subtract. When you hear that word, how many more people prefer building a snowman, that tells you you're going to subtract. Usually. Look at this one. How many more children prefer making the snowman over building a fort? So this is the same kind of question. So we want to look at, let me show you my chart again. Let's look at the chart, the graph. We want to look at snowman. How many more people chose snowman than the fort? So if 12 people chose snowman, building a snowman, and 2 people chose building a fort, what should we do with those numbers? Remember I said if you hear the word more, how many more people chose one thing than another, you might want to do what? Subtract. We're going to subtract. We're going to take away 2 from 12. And what's our answer? I see. 12 minus 2 looks like that would be 10. Very good. Let's look at more questions. Here's a subtraction problem. Very good. Let's look at another question. Okay, how many more children prefer making the snow angel over building a fort? So what are we going to do here? Subtract, subtract. How many more children? That tells us we're going to subtract. Very good. So we're going to subtract. We're going to look at the snow angel and the building a fort. We're going to subtract those two. So let's see. How many people chose snow angels? Let's see if you guys can see it. 3. Very good. And how many people chose the fort? 2. So we're going to subtract. 3 minus 2 equals, see, 1. 3 minus 2 equals 1. So one more child preferred making snow angel over making a fort. How many more children prefer making the snowman or the snow angel? The snowman or the snow angel? So for this one, you have to pick, is it the snowman or the snow angel? Which one do they prefer more? So which number was there more of? And if you see, we had way more snowman building than we did the snow angel. So therefore, the snowman is the one that was preferred the most. How many children took this poll? Poll. That means took this question and answered it. So the question was, what do you prefer to do outside? Make a snow angel, make a snowman, or build a snow fort? That's the poll. That was the question. Now, we want to know how many kids answered the question. What should we do? What could we do to figure out how many people chose something? How many people answered this question? I know. We could count them all up. If we add 3 plus 12 plus 2, we would find out how many people answered the question or the poll. Or you could count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You could do it that way too. It's going to take a long time. We could add 3 plus 12 plus 2, or 12 plus 2 plus 3. However you want to add, because you can add them and switch the numbers and still add them and get the correct answer. So let's look at our addition sentence. 12 plus 3 plus 2 equals 17. All right. Okay, how many more votes do we need if we want to make the number of votes for building the fort the same as the number of votes for making a snowman? So how many more votes do they need for building a fort? So first we look and see how many people chose snowman. 12, right? How many people chose building a fort? 2. So we need, so you subtract 12 minus 2 to get 10. And we need 10 more votes for them to have the same number. Let's look at this one. If there were 20 children total that answered the question, how many more children came by and voted? So before we had how many? 17. And now there's 20. What do we need to do? To subtract 20 minus 17 equals, we could count up. We could say 17, 18, 19, 20. That's 2 ways we could do it. And our answer would be the same, 3. If 4 more children came along and said they like building snow forts the most, how many votes would there be for building forts? So if 4 more kids came and said they like to build snow forts, we have how many here? 2. And then if we had 4 more people come and say they like to build the forts, that would be 4 more. So we're going to add 2 plus 4. What does that equal? 2 plus 4 equals 6. Very good. 4 plus 2 equals 6. Nice work. All right. That's the end of our lesson. You guys completed Module 3. Woo! Yay! Nice work, friends. All right, I'll see you tomorrow for a new module and a new lesson. Bye!